I know this came out a month ago, but I started watching today and thought, nope, this is just too good. So today I'm going to be reacting to Usher's performance of Confessions Part 2 from his Tiny Desk concert. If you're new here, my name is Bethany. I am a voice teacher, so I will be pausing and talking throughout. Here we go.
Yeah, man. Celebrating Black Music Month. This is Black Magic right here, baby. You know what I'm saying? This is it's a lot of fun. And I really am happy to, just be able to celebrate all of the years of music and really celebrate my brothers. You know what I mean? I'm really happy. I'm really happy to be able to share. I think that if life has taught us anything, it is that we should share with each other. Not just the music, but just understanding that life is a collaborative process, you know what I'm saying? And being able to lift each other up, stand with each other, is all what it's really about, I'm so happy to support you, Vito.
Thank you. Appreciate
so happy to support you too, Eric, man. Really.
Love you, man.
I love you too, bro, for real. This next one, right? It's one of them ones. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it, because I do have something that before we get into it that I wanna confess, right? Well, shit, I just gave it away. Here we go.
Okay, before he even starts singing, the one thing I love about when you think of Usher when he sings, I mean, he has quite the range. Like, he is always, a lot of his music has always just been very like high, and hearing the resonance and the depth of his speaking voice, like, he's just such a good vocalist in general. Like, such range and really well balanced sound, and you can hear that so well in his speaking voice. Okay, here we go.
Every time I was in LA, I was with my ex-girlfriend. Every time you called, I told you, baby, I'm working. I was out doing my dirt. I wasn't thinking about you getting hurt. Was hand in hand in the Beverly Center, like, man, not giving a damn who sees me. So down, so wrong. I was acting like I didn't have you sitting at home, thinking about me, being the good girl that you are. But you probably believe you got a good man, a man that never would do the things I'm about to tell you I've done. Brace yourself, it ain't good, but it would be even worse if you heard this from somebody else.
Everybody put your hands up. Everybody in the house, put your hands up. Here we go.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play it back because I want you to hear those few moments where he like flips back from chest into falsetto. The fact that he is so well controlled with his like articulators, like his jaw, his tongue, everything just kind of stays in that beautiful neutral position, which makes it so much easier not only to get this gorgeous sound, but also to enunciate, have really good diction, get through all of this really fast text. I don't even know how far back to go. Let's try. Oh, and then, no, we're going back to the beginning, because when he just like started, like pulled that note out of like nowhere. Let's see.
Here we go.
Every time I was in LA.
Like, when you hear what the piano is doing, it's very difficult to pick out your note from like just that gorgeous like ambient music.
Here we go.
Every time I was in LA, I was with my ex-girlfriend. Every time you called, I told you.
Right there. You hear that? That little like flux into more of like it's not falsetto, but it's definitely like he's letting off the pressure on his chords.
I was with my ex-girlfriend. Every time you called, I told you, baby, I'm working. I was out doing my dirt. I wasn't thinking about you getting hurt. Was hand in hand in the Beverly Center, like, man, not giving a damn who sees me. So down, so wrong. I was acting like I didn't have you sitting at home, thinking about me, being the good girl that you are. But you probably believe you got a good man, a man that never would do the things I'm about to tell you I've done. Brace yourself, it ain't good, but it would be even worse if you heard this from somebody else.
Everybody put your hands up. Everybody in the house, put your hands up. Here we go. Drop 'em. Hey. Oh.
Oh, advertisements. Hold on.
Put your hands up. Everybody in the house, put your hands up. Here we go. Drop 'em. Hey. Oh. Hey. Hey.
Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side say she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Damn, I'm thrown and I don't know what to do. I guess I gotta keep part two of my confession. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. I damn near cried when I got that phone call. I'm so low and I don't know what to do but to give part two of my confession. This gon' be the hard.
Oh, man. Oh, man. This man. Okay. His breath control. Why? Now I'm thinking back. I mean, everyone has always loved Usher, right? But I feel like we just don't take the time, or maybe I don't take the time as often as I should to really appreciate, like, I think all of his music was just always so, it was perfect. It was like pristine. And hearing him like in this setting, it's like, no, it wasn't a ton of editing and mixing. Like, it's really just him. He's just that good. And so like, even after that long phrase, he's not taking these like big gaspy breaths. Like, it's just so, how do you stay so smooth and still do so much? I think that's just what, we're going back.
Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side say she.
Okay, this part here, he's got like a little bit of like gruffness to his voice, and so it's a very cool color in contrast to what's coming next. Oh, and I love the intensity there.
Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side say she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Damn, I'm thrown and I don't know what to do. I guess I gotta keep part two of my confession. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. I damn near cried when I got that phone call. I'm so low and I don't know what to do but to give part two of my confession. This gon' be the hardest thing I think I ever had to do. Got me talking to myself, asking how I'm gon' tell her about that chick on part one I told y'all I was creeping with. She say she's 3 months pregnant and she's keeping it. The first thing that came to mind, and the second thing was, how do I know if it's mine? Is it true? Third thing was,
oh, I love the duet. I guess you could call it a trio, really. Like, even though both of the other guys are kind of duetting with him, like, they each have gorgeous voices. So I love the back and forth here. I love his storytelling. Like, every word, he's really saying it. It's not just, staring straight and like being cool, and no, they mean something. And I understand everything that's coming out of his mouth. I understand like the story. I'm following along. I am invested. Like, so good. I'm just gonna back it up.
Be the hardest thing I think I ever had to do. Got me talking to myself, asking how I'm gonna tell her about that chick on part one I told y'all I was creeping with. She say she's 3 months pregnant and she's keeping it. The first thing that came to mind, and the second thing was, how do I know if it's mine? Is it true?
Those runs. I mean, to have so much boomy, gorgeous sound, perfect resonance, and then those silky smooth runs.
She say she's 3 months pregnant and she's keeping it. The first thing that came to mind, and the second thing was, how do I know if it's mine? Is it true? Third thing was me wishing that I never did what I did. How I ain't ready for no kid, and bye-bye to my relationship. Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side say she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Man, I'm through and I don't know what to do. I guess I gotta keep part two of mine. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. Damn near cried when I got that phone call. I'm so low, I don't know what to do but to keep part two of my. Sitting there stuck on stupid trying to figure out.
I was just about to pause to say, okay, I won't go back, but I'm going to try and pick it out. Sometimes in his mix, normally when you hear someone mix a little bit higher up in their range, it gets either like thin or it gets really belty. I feel like his just gets like so smooth and warm and just like comforting. I'll see if I can like point that out. But also this gorgeous falsetto, we're hearing that again.
I'm so low, I don't know what to do but to keep on sitting here stuck on stupid trying to figure out.
He even did like, maybe I'm reading into it. I feel like he even like slid into that just a little.
I'm so low, I don't know what to do but to keep on sitting here stuck on stupid trying to figure out when, what, and how I'ma let this come out of my mouth. Said it ain't gonna be easy, but I need to stop thinking, contemplating, be a man and get it over with. I'm riding in my way.
I love that. I love how he's just like monotone and he's got these other gentlemen like harmonizing.
Come out of my mouth, said it ain't gonna be easy, but I need to stop thinking, contemplating, be a man and get it over with. I'm riding in my whip, racing to her place, talking to myself, preparing to tell her to her face. She opened up the door, didn't wanna come near me. I said, 1 second, baby, please let me.
Yes, let's hear that again. So whenever you go into falsetto, if you put a little bit more air pressure to kind of like and you have to tighten things up a smidge with your vocal cords, you kind of have to bring them together a little bit, you can create this gorgeous, gorgeous sound, and it's got so much presence and it's a little bit brighter. Sorry, my cat woke up if you hear some meowing in between. Okay, here we go.
In my whip, racing to her place, talking to myself, preparing to tell her to her face. She opened up the door, didn't wanna come near me. I said, 1 second, baby, please let me. Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side said she got one on the way. These are my confessions, man. I don't know what to do. Guess I gotta get it put to a confession. I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. Damn, they cry. I got that phone call. When I got it, so low. I didn't know what to do. Ooh, my confessions.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was beautiful.
Yeah. It's been lovely, man. It's been real fun. We celebrate Black Music Month. This has been Black Magic. Yes.
Fear not, I will be watching the whole thing. I think what struck me most about just that little snippet is how just genuine and nice he is, but also how collaborative he is. And I think that's really the makings of a good musician, a good artist, a good singer, is like recognizing whatever you can do on your own, you can probably do that much better with other people who just want to make music. And I love seeing that. I love seeing them all together and working together and playing and singing together. The other thing I will mention is, I know a lot of people, I mean, obviously he doesn't look like he's aged a day, but vocally a lot of people talk about how his voice is still just as strong. I genuinely believe the reason for that is how much of his range he uses. So one reason that certain artists do suffer from fatigue or damage is they stay within a certain part of their range. And so when you're using that same part of your range over and over and over again, some singers even develop nodules. Some singers lose range because they're not stretching their voices enough. And so the fact that he not only like stays in that glorious chest voice of his, he still sings in falsetto, he also changes up the pressure that he puts on the chords, the amount of tension in his muscles. So there's just so much variety. He's really working out his voice. He is exercising his voice while he sings and performs because of all the variety. And so I think that just makes him that much smarter of a singer and a vocalist, because he really does. He takes care of it. And I could gush about him for days. I think he's just brilliant. So that's it for today. I highly recommend y'all go watch the whole concert, as will I. Thank you guys for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.